knowing that split up thing, that's what we did as O9 Sierras. So, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, as O9 Sierras, we get the best of both worlds. We get to go to basic training and treated like crap. Then we get to go to pre-OCS and continue to be treated like crap when we get back home. Like with him, he gets to go back and he gets to actually be in a unit and, sure that, like he might be the low man on the totem pole at the unit, but,
Right.
you're still treated somewhat with some modicum of respect once you get back because you're officially a soldier once you get
Right.
to your unit.
Yeah, as an O9 Sierra, you guys kind of get it tough because you're just like a
Training environment for as long as you're in the training environment.
exactly.
It's like what? It's like Captain Stosher. You remember him?
Mm-hmm.
We when we got back and we were getting ready to be shipped to phase one, you guys already went off to accelerated at that
Right.
point. So we're shipping to phase one, and like all the guys go, you think the twins are gonna be okay? And it's like, yeah, the twins are gonna be fine. And like all the other casuals are like, what do you mean the twins are gonna be fine? He goes, they don't know any better. They've been treated like crap their entire military career.
Yeah.
like they're gonna go to phase one. It's like, why are we back at boot camp again, getting yelled at by mean captains
Yeah,
instead
they
of
did.
drill
They had to
sergeants?
give all the guys who were prior enlisted like a pep talk before they like, you don't understand. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah. No, yeah, it was definitely OCS was a culture shock for a lot of us that were prior enlisted.
Yeah, absolutely. So speaking of that, so I mean, do you have any memorable AIT stories or anything that stands out? Or
Nothing in particular. So by the time I got to AIT, my best friend and I had got back together. Like we were in the same class for AIT at least. So we didn't get boot camp, but we got AIT. So
that's cool.
basically from there forward, it was me and him like spending every single day together, like
Against the world.
yeah, yeah, I know, super funny, but it was a great experience overall. It's the first time feeling like getting to feel like an adult, like you're on your own on the weekends during AIT. You have responsibility to be certain places at certain times, stuff like that. So it was an overall enjoyable experience in AIT.
Yep. It's like one of my favorite memes. Or it's not even a meme. It's who I'm talking about. It's that lieutenant that does all the shorts or the TikTok stuff where he's like
mandatory fun day.
mandatory.
Oh,
fun-
yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Mandatory.
Mm-hmm.
So my favorite one of him is like going. It's like, yeah, I'm in the army. It's like we train to be shot at and we train to fight wars and stuff. And it's like, what are you afraid of? And it's like going, being late to drill or being not showing up to first formation on time. And you're like, it's like, oh crap, we're gonna be late to formation. It's like, what?
Yeah.
What are you talking? Like that's your greatest fear in the military is being late to that first or final formation.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. It's like you train to be shot at. You train to do the other things. Like no, I'm terrified to not be at there at fourth formation on time.
And it only gets worse as a leader more than less.
Oh yeah. It's like if I'm not there an hour before everybody else, it's like I remember showing up like 15 minutes before like first formation last year. I was like, I'm such a piece of crap right now. But yeah. So anyway, pushing on to what on earth made you decide to take the plunge into becoming an officer? What made you make that leap?
Okay, so when my best friend and I originally joined in the beginning, that was kind of like the whole preset idea of becoming an officer. We bring it back to also the high school like athlete aspect of it. I was a team captain. I wasn't the greatest like athlete, but I was a team captain, and I prided myself in being a leader. So that kind of transitioned into my military side of things as well. I knew I needed to do a stint as enlisted, but the overall goal was to be an officer and be a PL and lead platoon, whether it's in the infantry or whatever I was going to branch at the time.
Absolutely. So you always wanted to be in the leadership route. How was that transition into, I guess, because the first time I met you was like, I remember showing up like a lost puppy right after basic training. It's like, I knew what was going on. Like I knew force formation and all that stuff, but I mean, you were you were the platoon leader at the time. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, this guy must know what he's doing if he's already in charge. Like, I don't know what the heck's going on. I just stood next to Chad in line. I was like, like, when do we get, and I just remember, when do we get to eat? You know?
Right. So my time as an enlisted soldier, being junior enlisted, you kind of are spoon fed on like where to be and what to do. But I had already developed like the basic things like right uniform, right time, right place. Like that's the basic guideline. And so, funny enough, the reason I was the PL that drill wasn't because of my experience. It was because I was the last person to show up to pre-OCS drill, and I wasn't late, but I was just the last person to show up. And they're like, they didn't have anybody delegated, so whoever was in charge was like, "Hey, Newberry, you're the last one to show up. You're the PL for the weekend." I was like, "Okay, fine. This will be my first experience of providing guidance to people that I don't even know what I'm doing quite yet either, if I'm being honest." So.
I'm just showing up going, this guy must know what he's doing.
Yeah, and I was the guy that showed up with the I was still unsterilized. I had all my patches on, and people were looking at me crazy. I was like, what's going on? This is weird. Like, why are people saying me crazy? And I noticed I was the only one like with their rank on and their Thunderbird on. So like I was all tore up too. So
Yeah, you can't win in pre-OCS. Like, I
No.
mean, it's honestly, it's nowhere near as bad as OCS is. Like, it's actually more fun, but like I said, it's just an excuse for the Cadra to treat you like dog crap just to get you pseudo prepared for what OCS is gonna be. And no matter what you do, you're wrong. But it's definitely way more like it was far more chill than I expected it to be, though. You know,
pre-OCS.
yeah.
So just to bounce off of that, after I finished accelerated OCS, we were talking with the lieutenant colonel and the full bird colonel that came to speak, and Sergeant Walker, kind of like an after action review of how could we make pre-OCS better. And in my opinion, I thought pre-OCS should be a little more like tightened up and a little more yelling, a little more smoking, just because I don't think it quite prepared me for the amount of smoking that I received at accelerated OCS.
The absolute culture shock that is OTS. Yeah,
It was bad. It was rough.
yeah. Because I mean, it was very like they were not nice at pre-OCS, but it was very it was lax. Like they didn't get in your face, but they would let you know it's like you're messed up.
Right.
They wouldn't yell at you. They just be like, you know, they did drop people occasionally, but it was if you like talking or your phone was on during like a meeting or something. It wasn't like crazy, but I mean the vast majority of it was just smart though too. Like they were just prepping you for land nav because that's how most people get kicked out is land nav. So it was just land nav, death by PowerPoint, land nav every single day, and occasionally we do a PT test in the morning, and then we'd be basically done for the rest of the day. So.